Latin America holds immense strategic and economic importance for the United States, serving as a vital partner in various global and regional initiatives. It is a region of significant economic potential, with vast natural resources and a rapidly expanding consumer base. The region boasts a young and dynamic workforce, contributing to its growing markets and innovation potential. The U.S. and Latin America share deep cultural and historical ties, rooted in centuries of interaction and mutual influence. There are large and influential Latin American diaspora communities across the United States, enriching American society with their vibrant cultures. These communities maintain strong links to their home countries, fostering continuous cultural and economic exchanges. Events in Latin America, from migration flows to economic crises, directly impact the U.S., influencing domestic policies and international relations. U.S. foreign policy toward Latin America has long been characterized by a complex mix of engagement and intervention, reflecting the region's strategic importance. From the Monroe Doctrine to the Cold War, the U.S. has asserted its interests in the region, often shaping its political and economic landscape. Often, this has been done with mixed results, leading to both cooperation and contention. In recent years, new challenges have emerged. These include drug trafficking, organized crime, and political instability. Additionally, the rise of China as a major economic player in the region has introduced new dynamics and competition. These challenges call for a nuanced and adaptable approach to U.S. foreign policy in Latin America, ensuring that both regions can thrive in a rapidly changing world. Donald Trump's presidency marked a distinct shift in U.S. immigration policy, one that would leave a lasting impact on the nation. He campaigned on a platform of reducing both legal and illegal immigration, promising to take a tough stance. He argued that this was necessary to protect American jobs and security, emphasizing the need for stringent measures. One of his signature policies was the construction of a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, a project that sparked much debate. This project, a key campaign promise, aimed to deter illegal crossings and bolster national security. It also became a potent symbol of his hardline stance on immigration, resonating with his base. Trump's administration implemented a number of controversial policies, which were often met with fierce opposition. These included the zero-tolerance policy, which had far-reaching consequences. This policy led to the separation of thousands of migrant children from their parents at the border, causing a humanitarian outcry. The Remain in Mexico policy required asylum seekers to stay in Mexico while their cases were processed in the U.S., adding to the complexity of the situation. These policies drew widespread criticism from human rights groups and international organizations, who voiced their concerns loudly. They argued that these policies were inhumane and violated international law, calling for immediate changes to protect vulnerable populations. In contrast to Trump's approach, Kamala Harris has advocated for a more comprehensive and humane approach to immigration. She has emphasized addressing the root causes of migration from Central America. These root causes include poverty, violence, and corruption. Harris has argued that by improving living conditions in these countries, the U.S. can reduce the number of people feeling compelled to migrate north. Harris has proposed a significant increase in foreign aid to Central America. This aid would be tied to specific goals related to good governance, economic development, and security. She has also stressed the importance of working with regional partners, such as Mexico and Canada, to address migration challenges. Her approach reflects a recognition that migration is a complex issue with no easy solutions. Temporary Protected Status, or TPS, is a program that allows foreign nationals from designated countries to live and work in the United States legally, due to conditions in their home countries that prevent their safe return. These conditions might include ongoing armed conflict, environmental disasters, or other extraordinary circumstances. Trump's administration took steps to end TPS for several countries, including El Salvador, Haiti, and Honduras. The Trump administration argued that the conditions that initially prompted TPS designation had improved. They believed that these individuals could now return safely to their home countries. Harris, on the other hand, has expressed support for maintaining TPS for these countries. She has argued that ending TPS would force hundreds of thousands of people to return to dangerous and unstable conditions. Section 5, Border Security, Walls versus modernization. Border security was a defining issue of Trump's presidency. His signature policy, the border wall, became a lightning rod for controversy. Supporters argued that the wall was necessary to deter illegal crossings and reduce drug trafficking. Critics countered that it was an expensive and ineffective symbol of xenophobia. They also argued that it would harm the environment and infringe on the rights of landowners along the border. Harris has taken a different approach to border security. While acknowledging the need for border enforcement, she has emphasized the importance of modernizing border infrastructure and technology. This includes investing in advanced screening equipment, drones, and other technologies to detect and deter illegal crossings. Harris has also called for increasing the number of Border Patrol agents and providing them with better training and resources. Section 6. Trade Relations, USMCA and beyond. Trade relations between the United States and Latin America underwent significant changes during the Trump administration. Trump renegotiated the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, replacing it with the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA. He also imposed tariffs on goods from several Latin American countries, including Mexico and Brazil. These actions were part of his America First trade policy, which aimed to reduce trade deficits and protect American jobs. Harris has expressed a more multilateral approach to trade. She has criticized Trump's tariffs as harmful to the U.S. economy and has called for strengthening trade relationships with Latin American partners. She has also emphasized the importance of ensuring that trade agreements benefit all parties involved. This includes protecting workers' rights and promoting environmental sustainability. Section 7. Diplomatic Approaches, Engagement versus Pressure. Trump's diplomatic approach towards Latin America was often characterized by transactional deal-making and a willingness to use pressure tactics. He frequently criticized Latin American leaders on issues such as immigration and trade. He also imposed sanctions on countries like Venezuela and Cuba. Harris, in contrast, has advocated for a more collaborative and respectful approach to diplomacy. She has emphasized the importance of building strong relationships with Latin American partners based on mutual respect and shared interests. Harris has also called for a renewed focus on promoting democracy, human rights, and the rule of law in the region. Section 8. The Venezuelan Crisis, a test of foreign policy. The ongoing crisis in Venezuela presented a major foreign policy challenge for both the Trump and Biden administrations. Trump adopted a policy of maximum pressure against the Maduro regime. This involved imposing sanctions, recognizing opposition leader Juan Guaido as the legitimate president of Venezuela, and providing support to the Venezuelan opposition. The Biden administration, with Harris playing a key role, has maintained sanctions on Venezuela. However, it has also shown a willingness to engage in dialogue with the Maduro government. The Biden administration has also prioritized addressing the humanitarian crisis in Venezuela, providing aid to refugees and working with international partners to find a peaceful resolution to the crisis. Section 9. Contrasting Visions, Impacts on U.S. Latin America Relations. The contrasting approaches of Trump and Harris towards Latin America have had significant impacts on U.S. relations with the region. Trump's policies, often seen as hostile and unilateral, strained relations with key partners like Mexico. They also generated criticism from many Latin American leaders. Harris's focus on diplomacy, multilateralism, and addressing root causes has been generally well received in the region. However, it remains to be seen how effectively these policies will be implemented and what their long-term impact will be. Section 10. The future of U.S. engagement in Latin America. The future of U.S. foreign policy in Latin America will depend on a number of factors, including the domestic political climate in the United States, which can shift with each election cycle and influence the direction of international relations. The evolving regional dynamics in Latin America, such as economic growth, political stability, and social movements, will also play a crucial role in shaping U.S. engagement. Additionally, the global geopolitical landscape, marked by the actions of other major powers and international organizations, will impact U.S. strategies. The rise of China as a major economic and political player in the region presents both challenges and opportunities for the United States, necessitating a nuanced approach to diplomacy and trade. Climate change, with its far-reaching impacts on agriculture and infrastructure, migration driven by economic and environmental factors, and the fight against organized crime, which threatens regional stability, are among the pressing issues that will require close cooperation between the United States and its Latin American partners. The United States has a vested interest in a stable, prosperous, and democratic Latin America, as these conditions foster better economic ties and security. By pursuing a foreign policy based on mutual respect, shared interests and understanding, and a commitment to multilateralism, which involves working with international bodies and other nations, the United States can strengthen its partnerships in the region and advance its interests in the 21st century, ensuring a collaborative and prosperous future for all involved.